and gentlemen, it's your boy Joseph Rothschild, aka MBT, and folks, it's time for the top 16 of the July 2022 Chalislime Monthly. We have got a really fantastic top 16 for you, including, I believe, 4 apiece of Mathmech, Sprite, and Tearlament. It's got 4 weird one-of decks as well, one of which we will be watching this round. But before I get into that, let me get into my co-commentator, the one, the only, Glasgow Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you so much for jumping on today, sir.
All right, so I have not read a card from Power of the Elements since they were first revealed for the Japanese market however many months ago, so it's been a long time, but
Right.
I'm hoping that we're just going to watch some good old BA gameplay here, and that won't be an issue.
Well, depending on the Tearlament build, you might actually get your wish. We are watching the Wild Bipalong, who is playing Tearlament, and they're going to be playing against Dr. Kilometer. I know you haven't read any Pote cards, so I thought I would keep this easy on you. They're on Dinomorphia.
Oh, it's Morbin time. Let's
yeah,
go.
I love Morbin. I love Floodgates. You know, it's right up my alley, baby.
Can't wait to see these infinite judgments round up to 1 life point. Let's get into this. Bit of an equal split between Splite, Tier, and Math?
I believe so. I will say the Math really came out of nowhere for me. I did not expect it to be even remotely dominant, and it was everywhere.
Oh, Circle's a good card, I guess.
It's all right.
Okay, so that's a good start.
Fantastic start. The Dino Morbin player leading with Terezi, and I guess we'll just go grab the Frenzy if we don't have it, and the Domain if we do.
Now the question is, how many Floodgates have we decided to main deck for this format? I couldn't tell you what Splite and Tearlament lose to. Probably some combination of Goes and Rivalry, maybe.
What I love about this format is that the Floodgates that you get to play are like the same Floodgates we were losing to in like 2014. Like, if you want, you can play like Stygian Dirge, like, and the band played on.
Hope we're playing a Slacker Magician in there.
Ooh. We've got a Brute. That's a very odd ad. This is the removal spell? Yeah, so that means we have everything already. One thing that I really hope we get to see out of the Dinomorphia player is one of my favorite cards this format, which is Ferret Flames. Usually just an all-purpose...
Is that the really convoluted Raigeki?
Yeah, it's a shuffling Raigeki. And usually it's just fantastic, but Tearlament specifically gets to use it to proc their field spell, so a little less good there.
Okay, so if you're Foolish Burio, I guess, is essentially just Rota in the deck, I assume. And
we're just going for it now, firing off the Frenzy.
Is there ever a world where you're supposed to use that in the standby or anything, or...?
Well, Dinomorphia Frenzy can't be activated outside of your opponent's main phase.
Ah, it is main phase only, I see, okay.
Regardless, I don't think it's that big of a deal. We get to go Frenzy here. I guess we'll get Kentragina, and then we will Frenzy again.
So this is basically everything you could want. You just need the, I guess, well, I suppose Gozen probably doesn't do anything against Tier, right? They're all dark, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all dark. Rivalry maybe does stuff. Some of them are warriors, but most of them are aquas. It is possible that they're on, like, Teakboo. What would be really funny is, like, really targeted Floodgates. Like, again, Dirge not terrible this format, but, like, non-fusion area would make me giggle. It would give me a little laugh.
Oh my god, if we're playing non-fusion in the main deck, it's like, wow.
We need to quit.
It's the reskinned Eldritch deck. Okay, that sounds good.
Apparently both players are lagging really bad. I hope we don't have to remake this.
Right. Oh, I would not want to have to remake if I'm the Dinomorphia player right now. It looks like that's a very good start.
Yeah, for what it's worth, every hand produces this. So we're going to get Kentragina, currently at 0 attack points. We'll go Rhino Heart Effect. I imagine we'll be chaining the Kentragina, targeting the Frenzy. Take 2,000 here.
Another fusion summon, right?
Yep. And
okay,
for what it's worth...
copies traps in the grave, and then the big guy...
Oh, yeah, we did have one of them. Yeah, there we go.
We're off to a good start.
That's a really good start because we've activated the effect of Rhino Heart, which is going to summon the Rhino Heart, and it's a warrior, and the rest of them are aquas, so we're just going to have to chill on him.
So you can special this and then send another Tearlament, and then the Tearlament you send is not going to do anything, so... Okay.
Cool.
Sometimes you really do need that best of three, am I right? Because
Yeah.
this is miserable.
Yeah. I will say we've seen some really fun games. Tier Element, like mirrors and stuff, do have some interesting play to them. We've also seen like a huge amount of non-games. We watched an ABC Therion player game 1 get hand trapped twice and just make Scythe Lock and win. Ooh, main deck Dark Ruler, and game 2 just get Mystic Mind. I don't know what we're gonna do about this format, dog. There's a lot of garbage in it.
From what I understand, hand traps are basically redundant, and it's essentially looping yourself against Blight. So that's not great. But board breakers, I hear, are quite decent. So,
Here's two
oh,
pretty
Crow.
good
Okay,
ones. Yeah. So,
isn't
yeah, go ahead.
well? I was gonna say like Crow on the trap. Does that like do anything to catch Regina? I guess I probably not. Otherwise, he would have done it.
Not particularly, I don't think. It's just kind of a weird scenario to be in because, like, Dark Ruler No More is usually really good at breaking boards that have, like, giant floodgate monsters on them, except these monsters get bigger if you negate them. And, like, you have to clear the whole field, or else on your turn, you're just going to go back. So, I don't know. Using the battle phase here to get rid of the Terezi and getting the idiot warrior monster off our side of the field so we can go for some aquas.
With 2 cards left in the hand, very
It's
curious
got to
to
be
see how we're gonna
Shaylin, I
perform a
think.
fusion summon here.
Has to be pretty much exactly Shaylin. We haven't
Hmm.
normaled, so
Okay.
nope. That's not ideal.
Oh my god.
Well, that's that's game 1 against Dinomorphia.
I think this is how most people's game one against this deck goes when they lose a dice roll. I mean,
Yeah, it's one of those like
not
Fluon
fun.
Reese decks where you're just expected to lose game 1, but your board options are so good that it's like whatever.
Okay, another back row as well. Feeling nice and comfy and cozy here. And taking 5,000 life points off with 4 back row against what's going to be 3 cards. So,
Yeah, good luck. There's only one floodgate visible, but I imagine there's other stuff face down. What frustrates me more is that this deck plays like skill drain, and the theory behind it is my monster's effects are ass, so it doesn't matter if I negate them.
that's always the best here. It's like my cards are just significantly worse than yours. So,
I'm playing a bad deck, so skill drain will do much more against you than me.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so I don't know how this format is shaping up to
There
be.
we go.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's a good
So
rip.
Perlino is one of the cards that like secretly is going to have to do a lot this format. It represents a removal spell if a tier element monster is returned to the deck or extra deck. So it's a great way to out stuff like Mine, a great way to out floodgates like Rivalry or Skill Drain, and a great target for Dinomorphia Brute to pop. So we're going to Brute pop here, Kentragina float, and I can't imagine that wasn't the draw for turn, so this is probably it.
Yeah, that was just $80 you just popped, my friend. That's not a good pre-sale.
The presale
Okay,
prices, by
so
the way, they're so good. They're amazing.
it's really weird because like sometimes it's actually better to buy in pre-sale
Hmm.
depending on how hyped it is and not. But
This
so
format,
far,
I would
yeah, I
not
think
recommend
everyone
it.
right now for Power of the Elements, I think everyone knows what the good cards are. So yeah, those things are pre-ordered and ready to go. So with the no real events coming up unless you're European, I guess. America has what's the next event you're going to?
Niagara at the end of the month.
Niagara?
All right, a quick one for
Yeah.
Dinomorphia. Chat, do we think Dino will make it out?
Like how we're doing a prediction game 2 after Dynamorphia just went to set 5.
I don't know. I mean, doing a prediction after game 1 for Dinomorphia is pretty much the same as doing a prediction at the beginning, right?
Yeah, okay, sure.
One thing
Burning
about
Concilium.
Dinomorphia is it's one of those weird trap decks that's actually like really fine going second too, because it's like you get an extra card and like you're not trying to resolve anything your first turn anyway. So you could just set everything. Like your opponent has a negate for your must negate spell, you just set a strike and you resolve it anyway.
Flipping a bunch of floodgates going second is usually quite good, especially since I don't think Tearlament really puts up too much like back row disruption.
No. Ooh,
Oh, he
but
drew the
here's
hand trap.
God, here it is. So Hafianus is just a card that shouldn't exist. It's unbelievably strong. What do we hit? Nothing. Oh, that's
Nothing.
pretty great. So Diplos here is the worst of the normal summons. Doesn't do anything. It sends a Dinomorphia card from your deck to the graveyard. Cool.
You know, this half card is going to be so frustrating to think that your
Oh
opponent
yeah.
just, drew like on your turn. They could just like draw the half and then also like potentially mill something. And then this deck is going to get really out of control when the Ishizu support comes to TCG at some
Oh
point.
yeah. We are going to we're gonna get into a situation where like you take an action and your opponent's like, cool, Hoffiness, MER window you, and you just go, well, I should have played around it.
I should have played around it.
So
I don't know how
actually,
popular the Shaddolls are going to be in this
oh,
version because the
extremely.
Shaddolls are very bricky and they're only good to mill.
Oh, they're
So
fantastic. I think they're
we'll see
really,
what people
really good.
cook up.
So this is actually a really weird scenario. The Tier Element player, despite losing game 1, made the Dino player go first. Said it's not really going to matter if you're going first or second, honestly.
Yeah,
And then you get
that's
to board
weird.
into really cool stuff like Lightning Storm, I guess.
Is this the funny what's it called deck? The hero thing you showed earlier?
This is not the one playing Heroes, unfortunately.
Okay.
That one bubbled. Rest in peace.
Oh, unlucky. Wow. That was definitely one of the best games.
It was. I am not exaggerating when I tell you it was the only good game from Swiss. If any of you are watching this on YouTube and you're like, "Oh, I should go back and watch the VOD for Swiss," just don't. Just save some fucking time. Just watch this. You know, I can't even guarantee this is going to turn out good. But just watch that one round, round 7, the only good point.
What you should do is play it and then mute it so that the ad revenue is still generated.
Yeah, that's
Other
a good
than
idea.
that, I don't know if it was really worth watching. Yeah.
Do we get ad revenue on VODs? I guess we must, right?
I assume you put this on a VOD channel, right?
Oh, yes, yes. No one subs to it, though.
It's gonna sit here and enjoy a 6-hour MBT video.
Yeah,
You
chat.
guys
What
don't
you
do
want
it?
to do is go up to the top and right click and click mute tab. Don't mute the video, because if you mute the video, then it'll know you're not watching it.
This is how we trick the algorithm. Okay. Do these players have technical difficulties or something? I think they've mentioned that a couple times, right?
They must, right? I mean, there's no way.
We're just thinking really hard on which cards we're setting in Dynamorphia, I guess.
Oh, we did it. Oh, we were thinking really hard.
All right, we're gonna start with this one. Hand shuffle, checks grave. How many cards in hand? Sets another.
4. Still 4? One pass.
Still 4. Still 4.
One pass.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's really weird. What can you have in your hand as Dynamorphia to not just set?
Well, it can't be
Multiple
Teresia
normal summons.
because we would have normaled the Teresia. If it's like 2 Diplos and then like 2 hand traps, boy, would that suck.
It's really not a hand trap deck. Okay. Huh.
Oh, and there it goes. We're in. Folks, I'm in.
There we are, okay.
It was Dim Barrier. Okay, that's something.
Okay, so we milled a bunch of things. What is that in the graveyard?
What the fuck?
Oh, okay, we are playing some Shaddolls, right?
We're playing many Shaddolls. What on earth? Oh, this is kind of cool.
I mean, you have to be playing the entire lineup to be running Genius as well.
Do you think Genius is the 3rd best one?
It's like the 7th best one.
No, come
what does
on.
it do?
It negates an effect
Valor?
monster.
Okay,
Yeah,
I mean, not bad.
Chad is saying you
Sure.
just run one Genius. You cut Squamata entirely and just run Genius. Sure, whatever. Fuck it.
I mean, I feel like I'd be happy with making Winda and negating a card in the process, but I really don't know how consistent that's going to be, because as far as I'm aware, OCG never really played any Shaddolls, and if they did, it would be like 1. So I don't know if it was like a real thing to... Okay.
Ooh, FD the back row. It's the Frenzy. Yeah, that was really good. But I can't help but think they also have like another Diplos in hand. That's what they're bricking on. They can just normal the Diplos, go in and get back the Teresia and try it again.
So as it's may or may not be clear, I'm not like very familiar with some of these new archetypes and strategies, or at least like in depth what you're trying to do and stuff. But going second, letting your opponent start, it's very strange because I mean, what are you trying to do? You're just relying on drawing like a Storm Duster or something.
Could be that, but oh, is it evenly in the hand? That's kind of crusty. I guess it accomplishes
So
something.
does Tearlament lose to evenly? I guess. Now thinking about it, they don't really put up Omni negates, so
No.
that does seem like a devastating card.
There's some stuff you can do going second that like isn't the worst. The field spell gets a
Ooh.
lot more utility, for instance, but yeah, I can't imagine not wanting to go first. Evenly good here. Oh, and then Fossil Dig. Man, it looks like they just drew every normal summon in their deck.
Well, evenly with the follow-up Theritia, you can't complain about that versus 2 cards. Wow, that every time I watch Dynamorbia, it just seems to absolutely destroy their opponent, just without question. But you know,
But
when you pick up the deck and play, it's like Cheems, right? So
it is one of those decks that, like, when you are sitting across the table from it, you're like, this is unbeatable. What is going on? And then you play it one time and you're like, oh, this thing sucks ass. This is like the worst.
I don't know if I think Tearlament top decks decently, but that is another set card as well. I don't know if that one is real because the top deck must have been the Theritia.
Oh, God, no. Oh, that's why we
So
didn't set all our cards last turn, is because we were prepping for it evenly.
yeah, maybe that is also potential.
Twin
Oh,
Twister.
End-Phase
It's
Twin.
not bad.
Ah,
Pitching Dark Ruler.
okay.
We're going to need something
So I
crazy
think
off the top, though.
yeah, you need like what are the best top decks? The Field Spell and
Myru
Rhino.
would be really good. Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh,
sure.
we hit the D barrier. D barrier
And the
Frenzy.
Fusion.
That's the two best
Okay.
ones.
That is really good, but we have to hit something good to follow up with here.
I mean, do
Any
we? I think we
Tearlament
have
is
time.
gonna be
We
nice.
can wait.
Maybe, but at the same time, every top deck is like a potential, you know, rivalry
Yeah.
or something that's always a scary thing. Okay, passing back here. You do not want to see another Theritia off the top, but it's a back row.
We are getting some results in right now. Sadly, Tier Element has won over Fluffle. Who could have seen that coming? It looks like our Mathmech player, one of them is through as well, and our undefeated lost immediately.
Standards. What was the undefeated deck?
It flew.
Oh my god, flew undefeated. Okay,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, it's one of those decks where you just open Robina plus the spell card all day, and then you go into top cut and you just have a bunch of big tributes. So deal with it.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Mathmech deck in action. I haven't seen any of Circle play out. I assume it's just like a 1-card Heat Soul plus something, right? Is that what do Mathmech people do these days?
So Circular is a 1 card. It goes Diameter into Wicked into a search. You end on Superfactorial plus Diameter as part of the Superfactorial. So it's Laplacian effect, which is like a Trishula, and then a negate attached to it as well. And then the rest of the hand or the rest of the deck is just like good cards.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like it feels a lot like Salamangreat.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a blowout.
dude.
Dim Barrier number 3. Let's see it.
Remember how frustrating it was for like prank kids to draw instant fusion?
Yep.
This is exactly what this deck is like
Yep.
for instant fusion. It's just this 1-card top deck that just does everything.
All right, Tier Element Kid Kalos here allows you to take a Tier Element, put it in your hand, or send it to the graveyard, then mill 5 when it's sent by card effect, or nothing if your opponent has an Infip. Fun fact, though, it will die to a card effect at the end of the turn.
What's the one that like is there a tribute guy? Is it this one or is it the bigger one that can just like tribute to mill 5? Yeah, I think it's the other one. Okay.
If you're
So
thinking,
just triggering.
it is this one. If you have one, you can activate its effect to summon from grave, and then it goes to grave by its own effect, and then mills 5.
Oh, wow, that's really strong. Oh, we're gonna go dark actually. Okay.
Sure. Dark effect
What kind of
here.
link?
I guess
What
we
kind of
do
link
have a
plays?
Diplos. Alert. This is the
I'm
worst
checking out.
card that they play in Dinomorphia, and it's coming up. I can't believe it.
Up to 2 from your grave is total levels equal 8 or less. Wow, okay, stealing the target here. What was the plan, though?
Yeah, I have
Because
no idea.
Dark...
I don't know what the play is here.
Yeah, I felt like just letting your guy die in the end phase and milling 5 was going to be substantially stronger than whatever link play you were trying to do.
Well, it was infipped, right?
Well, yeah, but you just let it die in the end phase
Would it
from
still
instant
mill?
fusion, right? I think so. Instant fusion is a card effect to destroy it in the end phase, right? And then it would just mill 5. Because it becomes a new card when it is destroyed, I believe. So
Sexy.
I think that would have been much better than just linking.
Yeah, you just have to hit any tier element and you can make, like, Winda, at least.
Well, this is this is looking pretty bad here.
Yeah, this isn't ideal.
Oh god.
So you don't have to
Dark, I
contend
guess.
with Kentragina right now. You're going to have to momentarily. There is maybe something we can do. We normaled the Hoffiness. We can go to battle. Yeah, attack in here.
Therizia has nice legs. Yeah, honestly, that's my biggest takeaway from Dynamorphia. Yep. That's always the redeeming factor after you've been rivalried for 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
You know, the thing with the tier elements is I believe there's just like an infinite number of ways to play this deck.
Yeah.
And it's kind of for me personally it was off-putting because I was deciding like I'm just gonna play this like, simple little Splight deck. It has like one line. It's pretty much a solved like deck list. You don't really have to think about it too hard. But with tier element, I think there is a lot of room for experimentation in this upcoming format. There's so many ways to play this. You can play like pure, you can play with Despia, you can play with punks. Like,
And
seems to me that there's
yeah, no, for
multiple
sure.
different builds.
And there's like in the OCG, a combination of like their ban list and their tournament structure meant there really wasn't ever like a reason to go really deep into the tank on tier element. Like Sprite was just so much better.
Yeah.
But looks like we are gonna scoop this one up, and Dynamorphia is going to take a quick 2-0. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Joseph Rothschild, a.k.a. MBT, and it is time for the top 8 of the July 2022 Chalislime Monthly. I'm joined once again by my co-host, Farfa YGO. How are you doing today?
That is definitely the acronym.
Yeah.
Do not call me Fago.
Fago, Farfago.
I really would love to be a juggalo and watch some backyard wrestling.
True.
But today we've got do we have Mathmex? Are we watching Mathmex?
We do have Mathmex. Of the top 8, unfortunately, all of the garbage decks have been kicked out, with the exception of Dynamorphia, which we are not watching 2 rounds in a row. So instead, we're going to head to the big breakout from this event, which is Mathmech. We have a Mathmech player in Yu-Gi-Oh! Paradox playing against Alan TCG playing, and hold your breath, chat, Sprite. Have you ever heard of this deck?
That's not a good start. So
Mathmech is such a good strategy. So, like most of these, like Marincess, a deck that plays a bunch of 1-card starters and then 15 hand traps. Sometimes you draw the 15 hand traps, and what's good at playing through hand traps is Sprite.
yeah, unfortunately, if you want to hand loop yourself this format, play hand traps and duel against Sprite and see just how quickly you
Oh
throw everything
no,
into the graveyard.
the 3 prosperity. Like, yeah, I already have everything. This is just icing.
Okay, so you're telling me that Sprite is a deck that isn't brave enough to dig for 6. Noted. God, that's another thing that makes me sad is if I really hope that prosperity isn't actually like the staple in Sprite.
Money
this
reasons.
deck is pricey. Yeah.
I think actually the skill that's required to play Sprite has very little to do with like your in-game decision making, and a lot more to do with securing employment. All right,
Okay, so this is where you're going to see this deck just like throw disruption and then just nothing happen.
Oh god, they
Yeah,
open
okay.
Swap Frog. Open
Yeah,
Diva Swap
like-
Frog Prosperity. Yeah, okay.
I think like the one good hand trap against Sprite is like Gamma, because if you just hit like the body, it removes it from the field, so they can't use their extenders. But sometimes we just draw Swap Water, so there is that.
So we get to send Ronin Toad in here. We did use our normal. So we're gonna have to probably find our way to the link to bring back the Swap Frog, send a Swap Frog, go for Ronin. Then we have Toad to contest the last back row. We've got a million ways to play around hand traps. Here's one of them right now in Sprite Red. Oh man,
Okay.
I love this deck.
All right, so let's see. Having not read these in a while, so it's just a free special summon if you control a level 2. Okay, so
Yep.
that makes sense as to why Gamma's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Your opponent activates a monster effect. Tribute another level rank or link to negate. If you tribute a rank or link, destroy. Wow. Okay, so you leave this guy on the field and you contribute your dude to negate and destroy a card your opponent controls.
Oh yes,
That's
it
pretty good.
is. It's wild. It is so frustrating that they can just play around everything. But it gets even more frustrating when, like, just by virtue of going through their combos, they can.
This is okay. So you can negate this Ash Blossom with the red if you want.
At the cost of the
That's
Hulk, though.
I guess.
That's kind of a really sick place to Ash. I'm not gonna lie. That somehow we have figured out a way to get value off of Ash with red on board. But no, not only do they have the way to negate most pieces of interaction, the fact that their combo just innately insulates you against Nibiru is the most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah, they just have like what is it, elf or something that just for some god knows reason says neither player can summon
This is the
except
one.
Link or Rhyme.
Gigantic
Oh
Splight for
my
some
god, I
reason.
forgot you could do that.
Yeah. Gigantic Splight can use monsters with ranks instead of levels,
Oh my
or with
God.
links instead of levels as part of its material. And if you resolve its effect, no Nibiru, no Gamma, no nothing.
So this is this feels like you ever read like custom cards whenever a new master rule has come out. Like I feel like this is like something that someone would make. It's just like, yeah, here's here's a card that you know, it just lets you overlay with link monsters, and it's like, no, we're just gonna be doing that anyway. Okay, so you've like hand looped your opponent for 3 basically, and you're
Just
ending
make
on
Zeus.
Zeus
Yeah, just make
for
Zeus.
4 materials.
Yeah.
Okay, this is reasonable. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm liking this deck.
I like the concept that it's like, if you posted this on like a custom card format forum, you would get laughed out by the Redditors. They would be like, dude, you can't put the level 2 restriction. You can't make it summon every 2. Do you know what 2s are in this game?
Yes, we do. Oh, apparently there's like a Tri-Brigade version as well, right?
There is, yes. I'm actually
Okay,
a
that
huge
sounds
fan of the fact that off that prosperity, we didn't banish the Downard. We were like, no, we might need that.
yeah, I think you don't banish Standard, right? I mean, you're going second here into 2 sets. Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like this is a good card against whatever the hell
Ooh,
Mathmech is. Okay,
that's a really weak one, I gotta tell you.
so tribute to special Mathmech from your deck.
Yeah, we're gonna go get a circular here, I imagine.
Okay, so is it what? Circular just dumps on summon?
Oh no, we're getting Sigma. Maybe you have to normal circular, and I'm bad.
Mathmech Sigma. All right. So does Mathmech with the new support still do like the weird tiny link stuff, like with Disciple and things like that?
It does do some disciple stuff, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
Gonna go Lingerable to stop this back row and pass on it. Okay.
cool. Oh yeah. Might as well, you know.
I'm gonna Zeus that there. Yeah, reasonable.
Oh, it was super factorial. That would have been so sick.
Unfortunate.
All
Okay.
right, well, good luck.
So how good is Splight at killing? I assume it doesn't
Really just
OTK.
it's so good at it. We just need a blue,
Is
baby.
it?
Blue or a starter or a swap frog. That'll do it too.
Okay. How do you actually kill? Like what's like your big dude?
Ooh,
that's
Ash
bad.
the swap frog. Usually terrible and not great here. In fact, it's terrible here too because we can still banish Ronin. No, so you've got a couple of big guys. But notably, if you make Gigantic Splight by using a Link to as material, its attack is doubled. So here, all we have to do is make the elf go for a guy back, and then a Gigantic Splight, or we can Toad. It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Yeah, our opponent's top decking versus a Toad and a Zeus, so you know.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
well, I mean, it's looking pretty grim from Mathmex. That's like the worst case scenario is when you win the dice roll against a deck like Splight and you just completely break. So that
Yep.
is not great. But I still don't know how great Mathmech is into hand traps, which I'm going to assume Sprite probably plays a lot of because You
got the
essentially
room.
just have like half the deck is just flex. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
So while hand traps aren't fantastic this format, there's one huge exception to that, and that's a little card called Gamma. Um, the fact that a level 2 remains on board, even if you ash any of the sprites, is a huge problem because, of course, then they can just special extras from the hand. Gamma resolves that by just taking that guy off the board forever. And, of course, Sprite gets to play it because it's also an E-Telly target. So I imagine that will suck.
Wait, does
Outside
this
of
deck play
that,
E-Telly? Are they psychics?
yes. No, the
What?
sprites the sprites aren't psychics. Thank God the sprites aren't psychics. No,
Oh,
they play
okay.
E-Telly just for the Gamma.
That sounds a bit
Found
crusty.
Circular. Okay. So here's the
Okay, this is a
line.
good start.
Mathmech Circular allows you to send a Mathmech from your deck to the graveyard to special it. It locks you into attacking once. That's its big restriction. You can only attack once. Can you think of maybe a monster you would want to attack with once? Some sort of update jammered access code talker. We'll send Sugma, and then Sugma can bring itself back, and then we can use Circular's effect to add a Mathmech spell trap from deck to hand. I love cards that just combo with themselves. That's going to grab
So
a
this card
super
just has no
factorial.
restriction turn 1, basically,
Yep,
right?
no restriction whatsoever, and a negligible
Okay.
one turns 2 and 3 as well.
Wondering if like you can play this stuff in any other deck. Like, can you just throw like a circular engine into like any Cyberse deck?
Oh yeah, it's going to be, I think, a big thing in Attic Nister. I think you can play it in Salamangrate if you're hard up. Even if
Okay.
all you're doing is making Heat Soul, it's still fine.
Just generically good cyber support, then I suppose. You can
Chat
play it
saying
in
you can play
Dino.
Dino.
Okay, let's count that. No, right. Hang on a second. Like, whoa.
Do you have to? Can I play it somewhere else, please?
It's a 1 card, 4 material arrival, and yearly and super factorial. What?
That's unbelievable. I
Yeah,
hope that's
okay,
not
that
true.
sounds neat.
So we get to go Alan Bershin here. Alan Bershin will get negated. That's really important. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we've denied the search of the Mathmech card from deck to hand. We've also denied a later part of the combo in which Alan Bershin has to tribute a monster on field to get the devotee off field, get the tokens, and cycle a card back. So this is about as high impact as it gets. We'll see if it matters.
Well, I guess he knows where the choke points are and doesn't just immediately imprint the first card. So good to see. Oh, what the hell? Link
Okay, it
Infra
is not going to matter.
Just,
We've drawn Infra Flyer.
Okay, so that's just a extender.
It's a
and that's it?
Crusadia.
Okay.
It's just a Crusadia,
Sure.
but it's also level 2.
I don't know if level 2 is relevant in
We'll play it Splight, yeah.
So what are the Splight variants? I know Live Twin is a version.
We did have a live twin in Top Cut. The just pure straight up one is good. You can play Melfi, but that deck is kind of more Melfi than Splight, and you can play Tri Brigade.
Okay. Oh, Jama, wait. Wait.
Oh, you can play Punk, of course, as well, but you can put Punk on anything.
What do the punks do in the deck?
They make Magic Dragon.
Is Magic Dragon like good in Splight?
I don't know. I mean, he's a good card, probably.
Makes Halka, I suppose.
All right,
But I
we're
don't
making
know.
IP Masquerena with the tokens here to proc the Wicked. Not ideal, but it does do what we want. We
This
gotta
looks
get.
like it's pretty strong, right? Like this is. It seems like this is just the full combo because we drew the flyer, right?
Yeah, it's kind of crusty. So what we have to do here is use the IP Masquerena. Oh, never mind. We hadn't normaled. I just assumed we'd normaled. Okay, so diameter here is crazy. Let's you summon back the subtraction, and then we can just overlay for a 4. Getting the diameter in graveyard is important for super factorial. This card, by the way, nuts. It's unbelievable. Yep.
Which one?
Mathmech
Factorial?
diameter.
Oh yeah, he's
summon,
the wolf bark.
we can't summon a 3 here because we are locked from Link Devotee, but we can get pretty far regardless. Just set 1 and pass. So that is super factorial.
Okay, so we got factorial plus, I guess, a mask play of sorts.
Yeah, it's looking like a Underworld Goddess play.
What's the bet? Okay, do you think you just goddess link away the first level 2?
Probably, and then you like super fact the second one, and then you probably can't lose. Oh my god, 3 again.
Ash is good here. Means you don't need to dedicate anything. We're gonna use mask in response though. Okay,
We're just going for Apo?
not fearing the gamma. I was gonna ask how good
There we
gamma Apollo is against Sprite.
It's not terrible.
Oh, we get a search as well in the process. That's
Yep.
neat.
So we get the diameter for next turn.
Because I noticed that red was an inherent special summon.
That's
Oh,
gonna be
wow.
it.
That's really? You can't beat that?
Yeah, so if you've... Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the super factorial resolve, but yeah, Laplacian banishes a card on field from hand and from graveyard, and then has a negate because it's made with diameter. So
So to go for that, like, Trisha play, how many... You need, like, 3 maths in grave, right?
you need 3, and you put in like 5 over the course of your combo. So
Okay.
that
That's really cool.
represents 2 of these cards out of the hand, and then you just have to Appo the remainder and you win, I suppose.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's pretty nutty. Huh. Not actually completely hating this Mathmag deck, honestly. It seems like
It's looked decent,
it's
but
kind of neat. I mean, how many starters do you have, right? Like, you have, like, the mining, the circles. How good are the other starters?
they're fine. It really is just one of those decks where, like, if you don't find a starter, you are boned. And it's into a format
Mm.
where, you know, you've got tier elements where literally every card is a starter, Splight where literally every card is a starter.
Can you play Prospin, Mathmag? I assume so.
I guess you probably could. Going for 3 again. Wow, these people, they just fear the extra. Ash, blue, carrot. Well, I guess sometimes you just need to go for 3 because blue is the second card on top of your deck.
Having the option to just
Oh, they took carrot.
Prospin
Wow.
this deck, I think, is so strong because you
That's
can just,
rough.
like, you just dig for anything you need, right? Especially in a deck that's just like 1 to 2 card interactions. You just, like, do you dig for your defensive card? You get your starter that you're missing. It's like such a strong card.
I see why we didn't add blue. Okay, so we'll go get Jet here. We'll Jet for starter. Oh, we have Jet already. Cool.
You can Small World for Exceed. Okay. Small World's a bit of a weak card going second, but
Yeah, we'll see.
it is a generically, like, really good consistency. Like, generic Rota, actually, for just anything in the game, if you're willing to play the right bridge for it. So, yeah. Okay, this is looking really rough. We didn't draw any hand traps, which, I mean, I guess is fine. Like, hand traps don't really do anything
Yeah.
against Sploit anyway. And we've got the anti-Nibiru Ixie, right?
Yep.
On summon number 5.
We had the red up the whole time. Yep. This is as good as it gets. We get
Yeah, so doing
gigantic
it with
summoning
red up
swap.
and going into this.
We'll go
Okay.
Ronin Toad, and we get to go Elf here. Summon back the swap, and then we can make Toad, and then we can
Okay, so
pass
what is,
turn
like,
with
the
everything.
strongest end board? Is it just like Toad Elf?
Yeah, you're looking at
With
this.
red,
It's
with carrot?
Ooh, that's a good one. Hitting Ronin here. Oh, we're hitting swap. Man, I would almost want to hit Ronin. Oh, it doesn't even matter. We opened called by.
Hmm.
Oh,
Double crow.
okay.
Okay.
It's the second crow you gotta worry about. Okay, we'll red
Trading
here.
that carrot.
Oh, unfortunately, that does resolve.
Anyone gonna justify call by is fine, guys?
I know call by is
Anyone
really
here
fun. Yeah.
okay with call by when your combo opponent goes first and draws it and you're sitting there with 2 hand traps like, yep.
So hilariously,
Okay.
there is a pretty clean out to this setup. We'll see how they play around it, but because the TCG got that Garuda in this set, if you go to combat and fire Poly, it cleans the entire board. That
So
is
you
pretty
have
much the only way.
fire, and then you just punch over Toad?
Well, we'll see. They're setting 1. We know that there's a starter back there. I hope they're not on Smashers. That would be crazy.
So Smashers is like the E-Telly for Splight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Does
are
it
going
have, like,
for
another
it.
effect?
So, no, the 2 material you use for Garuda is the Toad and the summon off of Toad.
So this is where, like,
Oof.
Super Poly's, like, good, right? Is when they actually use the Toad.
Yeah, in games 2 and 3, I think you will probably see people just declining to use Toad.
Okay.
But week 1, we can
Okay.
definitely get away with it. That is, wow, that's killer. So we'll lose the small world here. They are going to go for the elf, I imagine, at resolution to grab back the Toad.
Oh my god, you can just bring back the Toad.
I know, it's insane. It's just unbelievable. Circular. Oh, they passed Prio. We were allowed to circular. Okay.
Level 2 monster. If your opponent controls a monster, you can target. Alright. Oh, your opponent needs to control a monster to bring back the Toad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Here's the
Okay,
toad.
slightly more fair then. Sure. So pretty powerful here. Wow, double toad negate. Crazy.
Decent. It seems okay. We're
What did
gonna
they lose in
red.
OCG?
Like Sigma, come on, man. That's so mean.
Oh, that's rough. What did they lose in OCG? They lost Hulk. They lost Toad as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. I think more
What's this deck
important
built
than
out?
I think more important than all of that though is that Tyr got like the Ishizu stuff. It's just insane.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, for sure. But like somehow it's oh wow,
We could
that's
chain
really
block the
strong.
diameter. Okay.
Okay. Still 3 backward to fight through. This is kind of rough. Is there
Okay,
like a Zeus play that you can do in this deck?
wait. Do we know the Wait, this is crazy. If we don't know the unknown, but if the unknown is nothing, we could do this. Cuz here you overlay for Alan Bershin and that Alan Bershin's going to have a negate attached to it because it was made with diameter.
Oh, it locks you into Zyburst. Okay, yeah, of course.
Oh, this would be killer.
Okay.
Okay, we go Alan Bershin here. Go ahead and search for a math mech.
I don't think we can search anything here that we haven't already used, right?
Chat saying imperm flip. Well, you can activate the negate on Alan Bershin. No, we actually know that Paradox is a math mech rolls deep. They have subtraction. They have Nabla in here, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think negating the small world was like unnecessary, right? Because like, what are you negating with the small world? Like, you just wait for like the card that they use with that small world, and then you just let them take the -1, surely.
And they go down a card. I think, yeah. Chat saying we're
Okay,
locked. We're
so
not locked. They negated Sigma.
how do you clear boards with a math mech going second? Do you just try and one-shot them?
Oh, does circular lock too? I've literally never read these cards.
Access smile.
You do try to one-shot them, and you do it through access, but it's kind of hard to set up in one turn, right? Because you really want to go Disciple Devotee, tribute it with Alan Bershin.
Open Dark Ruler or die. How unfortunate.
This is
Okay.
crazy. I like, depending on what their deck is capable of and what individual math mechs they're playing, they really could be in a winning spot from this position. All right, we'll go. We are going for the Disciple.
Going for this line means that you're going to be locked into Link 2s and lower, correct? Oh,
Last
wow, last card
in for
flyer.
flyer. That's so nuts.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
none of these backs
unbelievable.
was being flipped.
Yeah, I was like, we probably just don't even go Devotee. We just go Splash Mage. That's 3, and they do play, like, Splash Mage, summon out, Transcode Talker, summon out, Access Code Talker. Like, this, if we clear the 3 sets, that's it, right?
I don't think it's enough, right? Because you can't make update here.
Yeah.
Because you need to a level 2 or higher. And that's
And
a
we know one of
rank.
those back row is Splight Starter, but we don't know which one, so we can't even, like, snipe it.
Here's the struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a really insane final card, but I just don't know if it's enough. Just have too much advantage set up on the
He says,
board
I
here.
can get to update access code.
Okay.
I mean, we would have to use the Alan Bershin, I imagine. But I lose the negation from Alan Bershin, right? So it's a question of, like, if you think that that last card threatens the access code. If it's like an additional starter, then you're fine. But if it's like an imperm, you just lose on the spot.
I think any play you make is just going to lose to imperm, right? So you just have to go for it.
Well, if you make a access code talker without the update jammer, you can keep the Alan Bershin up for the negate, and then you're trusting that your opponent with a single swap frog and Where's the Ronin Totem? Is it banished?
You can like clear, but you don't end on anything, and then they just clap you back, probably, right?
Yeah, you clear the field. You know they have swap in hand. It's back in hand. You know they have swap Ronin in hand with a swap remaining in deck. Or in grave, rather. So they can just special D, swap, banish to go into another 2. And then they can starter their way back into this game. Man, this is a hard one.
I think the only line here is just access prey, right?
Yeah.
He says, "Fuck it."
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
I think
we'll
you're
go
right. I
home.
think over the course of a long game, you are just fucked.
Okay, so Alan Bershin brings back a dude, and then, yep, this is it. Access update. And on resolution of the access code, please do not. That's all there is to it. Just to do not.
Yeah, we have every typing. We can clear the 3 cards and the 2 unknowns. We just need one of
Wait,
them
do we
not to
actually
be.
have like 5?
Yeah, we've got earth, water, wind. I think disciple is light.
I really like this deck. I'm actually really into this. This is so
it's
cool.
neat for sure. I just feel like if that game 1 had gone differently, we'd be in such a different position here.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate to just I don't know, because like the whole like niche of this deck is like, hey, I have like 1-2 card interactions. I'm always going to be able to play the game and then just disrupt you with a bunch of hand traps, but unfortunately not enough here. Okay, this looks like the final part here. Resolution of access code gain,
Okay.
and this is it. You need to do something here. It resolves.
It is
Wow, no
resolving.
response.
So
Okay.
here's the really rough part. We've got 4 banishes, and we needed to hit starter there because now they can block the second attack. Oh, it actually doesn't matter because we can leave Elf. Elf's only got 400. Wait, so we win, right? We clear the remaining back row. It's starter. We clear the circular, and we clear the red. 3 banishes. 3 cards remaining on field we have to kill. We leave Elf. Access code hits in for lethal. Right?
That's yeah, I mean that's just game. Why
Am I
would
missing
starter
something?
Wait, why would starter be an issue?
Because it summons an extra guy.
Right, but we would have done that on resolution, surely. Oh,
Yeah.
we had starter set.
Yeah, we saw it off the
But I
jet.
guess it wouldn't. But it wouldn't matter, right? Because we
Right.
just pop, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, you just have like. The problem is that we just have
Holy
like
shit.
15 pops here.
Had to go for it.
Oh my god,
That's
dude, what?
unreal. I can't believe we're getting out of this set.
Dude, access
Every
for
single
5?
other card is known information. Yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate that that cross out was drawn there. It just didn't do anything. And yeah, I guess we said if it was any other real card, you would lose. But sometimes you just have to go for it.
Oh my god.
That is beautiful.
Paradox, unbelievable game. Wow.
What a game.
The Nads. And
Especially
I think that
after coming back from that pitiful game 1. That
this
is
is
so
a really
impressive.
pathetic one. Yeah. I think that is the last one we're waiting on. Let me check for sure. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Joseph Rothschild, a.k.a. MBT. And it is time for the top 4 of the July 2022 Chalislime Monthly. You know, for a 2-deck format, it sure looks like we have 4 different decks in top 4. Of course, we have Sprite and Tier Element, but we also have one apiece of Mathmech and Dinomorphia. I'm joined once again by my co-commentator, Farfa. Farfa, what's up?
As much as I love Power Rangers, I don't like when they play trap cards, so...
Are you sure? I really think we could watch Dinomorphia again. That would be really fun, I think.
We could. What are the exact matchups?
So the 2 matchups are Dinomorphia versus Sprite. That one's, I mean, I think we're going to have enough Sprite in the coming weeks. And Tier Element versus Mathmech. And as much as I don't want to stay on this Mathmech player for 3 consecutive rounds, I'm completely fine doing that.
Oh no, very, very based. Circular to the moon. Make it a $20 Super Boys. Okay.
All right, will we actually
the...
draw the circular? Ooh, Desires. That's a good one.
It's going to help. Oh, this deck can play Desires as well. Okay,
Yes,
neat.
it can. Yes, it can. Terraforming? The fuck are you terraforming?
Huh?
Earth you do. Oh,
this is
Tier
your
Element
player.
went first. Oh, I was tricked. Okay,
That
all
makes
right.
sense. Okay, so hand traps against Tier Element.
they're not great. You know, they're not fantastic. Also, Super Factorial interacts with this deck in a really unbased and cringe way. So good luck, I guess I would say, to MathMech.
So you're saying Factorial isn't good against Tearlament?
So Factorial isn't exactly Trish. It does not banish. It sends.
Ah.
Yeah, so you can see how maybe that might not work to our advantage here.
Yeah, that could be a bit of an issue. All right, nothing on Rhino Heart, which I guess is probably the best thing to effect negate. Maybe I guess you wait for a fusion potentially.
Yeah, here's a
They
fusion.
are hard ones per turns.
Tier element, Kitkalos coming down. If it's special, you can take a tier element from your deck, add it to your hand, or send it to the graveyard. If you have everything you want in rotation, you can add a trap card, which is just devastating. I imagine we'll probably just see a guy sent here. Grab like a Myru or something.
Okay, people hype like
Ooh.
Winda a lot, right? But like that's just isn't consistent, right? Like, am I missing something? You have the only way to get Winda is you just have to randomly mill it. Am I correct?
Yeah, you just play a couple of cards that do it. Hey, there's one right there. In King of the Swamp.
King of
So
the
we've
Swamp?
got Myru.
Does that work?
I think it does. We've got Myru, we've got
Okay.
Kots. No, it has to be specifically named, right?
Really is just the pachinko machine
Yeah,
deck, I guess.
you just gotta go for it, yeah. So we could trigger Myru here if we want to go into like a Millenniumize Restrict, maybe. See what they decide to do.
Okay, so what are the King of the Swamp targets then if you can't make Winda? Can you make the boss monsters, or is it just generic stuff like Millennium?
Yeah, it's mostly generic stuff, but you can make a bunch of silly guys.
Okay. Millennium the deck. DPE. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't think DP actually names anyone on it.
God, I missed that card.
All right, so
Okay,
there's
Millennium
Millenniumize
protects
Restrict.
you.
We'll go for the Kitkalos here to cycle. I imagine we already have the Myru in hand, so we'll send the Kitkalos to the graveyard to summon the Myru and mill 11, or 8 rather. Nope, we're just cycling for the Rhino Heart. Okay, sure. We'll mill 5 here instead. Do I see a Shadow? I do not. That's 5 really
No
bad ones. We've already used Myru. Salic here's not bad. We add one back. And then we've got 2 4s. If we want, we can overlay for like a Redoer to proc the Shaylin.
Redoer. Wow, okay. That is
Weird, right? But
liking that.
Redoer detaches for effect, so you do get to trigger the effects of the material sent under it.
Yeah. I guess that is pretty neat, but okay. Tier limit end boards look very strange and unthreatening, but you know, I am cautiously apprehensive, I suppose. 6 cards for MathMech going into this.
Sign-up mining is a good one. Pitching sign-up mining, even better.
That's the circular.
And there's the Ash.
Bloss. Is there any good discards in MathMech?
Try Small World again. Yeah, any of the Math Mechs are fine. Many of them can special from grave.
Okay. Small World for Ash. Oh,
Revealing
okay.
the
Banishing
Ash.
the Ash. Sure. Right.
Bridge to
Okay,
circular.
there we go.
Gee, I don't know. How the hell are we gonna get rid of the MER? We gotta go circular here, setting Sugma, then proceed to combat. Oh, that sounds crappy.
Millennium Eye is putting in a lot of work against circular, huh?
Yeah, kind of an issue.
This is not great. So does Millennium Eyes gain the stats of the monster it equips?
I think it gains. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, attack and defense.
Attack
Yeah.
and the defense. Okay, so would going to battle phase even do anything? If we steal the one addition,
Well,
what's the stats on the guy in
you
the
can't
grave?
steal it unless your opponent is activating a monster effect, right?
Oh, okay. So it doesn't just. Oh, okay.
Okay, so we are going to go meta
Right.
noise here. So, because we have a tier elements monster, we can Book of Moon our opponent's monster, and then send a tier element from the deck to the grave. Yo, is that Book of Moon? And then we can Shaylin shuffle and go into. Oh, I guess we could go into
Shaylin
Rhino
shuffle.
Heart here if we wanted. So
Wow,
this
this
explains
is,
why no Redoer also.
Wow,
Because
that
keeping
trap
the
is
Shaylin on
ridiculous.
field.
So it's Book of Moon that summons your boss monster.
Yeah.
God damn.
The traps are unbelievable. They are simply insane. And they get like little extra effects if you mill them. So
Yeah, okay.
you could play
Like,
them at like 1
sure.
and 1 and then
Just,
get them
just,
based on your
just,
board setup.
okay, yeah, just 3 effects. No, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's cool, dude. It's cool. it's That's what cards
You know,
have
it's
now.
really
Cards just
interesting
have
because
3 effects.
yeah, it's really funny. We've been talking about like, ban lists and stuff for this like upcoming because usually it's like late July, August for this format and stuff, but like Power of the Elements is it's just a power creep.
Yeah, no,
Like
for
it's
sure.
just a like these decks are just stronger than everything right now, which is pretty weird.
What is
Um
that view count? Did Coder go offline or something?
nah man, you put Farf in the title, am I right, boys?
That is
Flex.
what happened. Yeah. I got the Farfa tax, baby. Oh, that's chat says yep.
Mhm.
Yep to the Farfa thing. All right.
Yes,
Circular diameter.
exactly.
There. He's just like cards on the table. I have it, okay? I have it. All right, we're going to see how good Factorial here is. We'll go diameter, bring back the Sigma, and this is just so frustrating. If you make a material with diameter, you can contest the hand trap as well before they actually do anything.
Really liking the look of this deck, honestly.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
so neat.
And this is like week 1. It seems like Link Infraflyer and stuff, as people like look at the card pool and come up with better extenders and better extra stuff you can play, I think it's just going to get better. I'm real excited.
So I think with decks like that sort of like are more on the precipice of the meta, they generally tend to do better as like the meta decks get more solved.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's maybe what's going to happen is when people really sort of hone in on like the best like tier strategy and the best
Right.
splice strategy. I think decks like this are naturally going to sort of fall off a little bit more. But with a fresh new format like this, it is really exciting to see just how cool something like MathMex can pop off. So this is neat.
We get to make an extra 4 here if we want. I don't think we are yet. Let's just go Link Disciple.
I
So,
don't think Infra is there just as a bridge. It seems like a good card in
no,
this
it's
deck,
generally
maybe.
quite strong. Like, often you get interrupted and you're like, well, I need an extra guy. This is epic. You get to go Alan Bershin, tribute the devotee, grab a math mech, and then trigger the devotee.
Now, cracking this board with tier limit, I mean, I don't think tier limit has too many pushes going second.
And like
Definitely seems really disgusting going first, though.
we've seen a lot of the cards that like tier is bringing in are like the Dark Ruler No Mores, the Super Polys, and stuff like that. And like this is just one of
Yeah.
those decks that ends on a piece of interaction in Super Factorial that just doesn't lose to any of that. You just like go for it when you need it, and then it's already there.
That's always the best, like, counter to board breakers, is when
Mhm.
you have something that just, like, deals with a Dark Ruler or Drawplet, anything like that. You just have, like, a trap card, which is weird because, like, combo decks don't usually play them. But if you just search it as part of your interaction, it's really, really hard to out. So just being able to flip that disruption at any point is so good. All right, so
Leaving as many material on field, they're like, I'm going to threaten Goddess. You're just gonna have to deal with it, baby.
well, if you're just joining and wondering what this MathMech end board is, don't worry. Masquerena is going to solve all of that, as well as this trap card, which you'll see in a second. Okay, so we're going to immediately use Mask in response here.
I don't
So I
hate
guess we're
this.
just...
Yeah, just going into an Apo here, I imagine. And we want. Oh, what
What?
the fuck?
Why? It doesn't even have a negate. Why?
What? What the fuck? What? There's no fucking way.
That's
Wait,
5,000.
it's huge. Do they have a card that beats this?
That was my next question. Was how do you out an unaffected 5,000 tower in tier limit?
Oh,
I can't think
wow.
of anything that boosts itself.
Yeah. I mean, Millennium Eyes over the course of 15 turns. Yeah, like Rhino Heart can get big, but not 5,000 big. We also still have the Super Factorial set, so as soon as things start to go south, we can shotgun that bad boy. What the fuck? This is the first I've seen this. We followed this guy for like 3 rounds.
I think you can go access for 53. I believe you
hit
play
my
some
room.
Link monsters, but that doesn't deal with Factorial.
Yeah. We're going for
Oh,
Factorial
okay,
now.
we're
All
using
right.
it really early. Huh, I don't know if I like this.
Chat. Distant Coder says it's a side tech. They don't even main Arrival Cybers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
Bell
is
Factorial.
so good.
Okay. Now there could still be some hand traps back there. I mean, remember all of this was done with literally just like one card.
The
So
circular.
yeah, there is a lot still potentially hidden back there.
All right, we use the Shaylin on field. We're just gonna go for the Kit Kalos here.
Just put up a bunch of guys and try and climb into something. The only out I can think of is access as of this moment. So really just protecting this access with this ignister with everything you can do. Starving Venom?
Oh, I guess.
I get, yeah. You're gonna have to like put so much
Yeah, it's not
in.
easy to make.
Yeah, it's really not without the just hard drawing super poly. Okay, well, he's soldiering on, so the fact that they haven't just instantly scoot means that there's something here. Okay, no, we're just gonna set.
Hmm. Sure, yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Do we generate any resources in the process of the circular combo?
I mean, yeah, but it's like the factorial and stuff. I don't think there's
Okay,
any
sure.
unknowns you just randomly get to draw.
All right. Yeah, that is literally just 4 unknowns in hand, so...
Just go in combat.
Wow, going straight to battle phase.
So Kit Kalos only triggers if it's sent via card effect, so we're just gonna crack the boy. Get him out of here.
Is this really the plan? Just sit on a big giant... Okay,
Ooh,
alright, no, we're gonna go diameter.
Plan resolved. This is the worst part is because you add diameter over the course of your combo, you can just follow it up. You can Wolfbark every single turn. It's like, who cares? Yeah. Oh, no shot we play like Abyss Dweller, is there?
I'm curious why we didn't go into do this main phase 1. Just get some more pressure up. Probably trying to play around something, I suppose.
So we know that they searched a trap, and while they have a tier element on their side of the field, the trap is live.
Okay, right. So turn off the trap and then play your turn.
And we're just going to go get Super Factorial again. It shocked me that they were playing 2 of this line, but then I saw it in action, and I was like, no, you need to do it exactly twice.
This format is
Whoa,
looking...
what was that?
That was the reborn, right?
Equation!
Equation? Yeah. Wait, I mean, that's
No
normal,
shot.
right? Isn't it?
Is it? We're playing Equation? We're not... I feel like
Maybe?
it's
Isn't
not
it,
normal. Sure, yeah.
Is it not normal? Okay, never mind. Sure.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, what is this gonna
Now
do?
we
Get
get
you another
Factorial.
Factorio? And yeah,
But
you're just
Equation
doing
could be
this every
anything.
turn.
It could even be Factorial. All right, we get to... Ooh, we're Alan Bershaning itself. Says, I don't need the negate. I know they're all traps.
Searchable Reborn sounds good. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking, right?
It's all
Like,
right, yeah.
can't be terrible. Making Final Sagma doesn't do anything, right?
Coder, I hope to God you're right. We could hard make Laplacian here. We play 2 because we resolve Super Factorial twice. So we could make 1 this turn and then 1 next turn. Oh, shit. That's what we're doing. Oh, my God. There it is.
So does this resolve like the same way it would with Factorio? You just trash them now, right?
Yep. I'm wondering if they're going to
Okay.
send the hand card. They did. They got Ash. That's so funny. Never punished.
And then just do it again next turn.
Just
Okay.
literally never punished. Oh,
I think we got a game 3.
Twin twist the
And
back
phase
row.
1.
Send Rhino Heart for
Okay.
effect. Target our own card. Okay, we're chilling. That card is
Oh.
meta noise, so we're able to cycle the meta noise for the Rhino Heart back.
Twistering your own cards. Who would have thought? Okay. Random top deck as well in the process here.
Is
So
the
no
Rhino hard
disruptions
enough?
except potential hand traps. And I don't think Rhino's gonna be a one-card access here.
I mean, it could be. We go Shaylin here for Kit Kalos. Oh gosh. If we drew like a Myru, we can maybe do it if we hit the other two.
I think you have to get very lucky on some mills here to even stand a chance.
Oh, we're just going for Kaleido Heart. Okay.
Okay.
So this guy's the boy. Allows you to shuffle a card back into the deck, and then if it's sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can summon it and then mill as well. But that guy is not going to be sent to the graveyard by a card effect.
Just kind of burning through resources, not really achieving anything. So
We're spinning wheels, baby. We're spinning wheels.
yeah, it just sort of feels like we're delaying the inevitable, right? This isn't going to trigger because we're just going to punch it. So
It is kind of funny that we have not been able to activate Arrival, like, at all, ever. I think we
yeah,
should
to pop
diameter
it needs
again.
to be made with something, right? Or you just don't want to do that, right? Because you'll trigger it.
Mm-hmm.
Target another monster in the field, destroy it. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely don't want to do that against Tearlament. So you just have to punch it. Step
Okay.
pass
This
back.
is potentially
Okay.
it. 58 on this
800
guy.
damage. Literally normal any math mech.
Sogma. Of course it's Sigma Male.
Has to be. All right, Paradox is on that grind set. What can I say?
That's incredible. I mean, he's going to finals. That's nuts.
Wait, no, this is game 2, right?
Didn't he win game 1?
Tier 1 game 1, didn't they?
Oh, I'm stupid. I'm really goddamn dumb. All right, one more game, baby.
Right, chat? I'm not going crazy, am I? No?
No, Joseph is. It's game 3 now. I literally just forgot tier 1. I was like, yeah, snore, tier element winning again. Not useful.
No, we're clapping back here. Okay, circular plus some effect negations and some board breakers. This is it. How many cards are we on? 41. Magic. Absolutely magical.
That's what I like to see, baby. All right.
King of the Swamp. King of the Swamp.
Crazy in the opener.
Oh, dude, I've never seen anything so... Oh, makes me so mad when I see these DM cards in modern meta decks. Oh, God. What was the absolute crusty, like, Dragoon summon people were doing semi-recently?
Oh, the, like, branded fusion send light hex sealed? That one? No,
yes!
that one...
Oh,
I'm glad that never happened at a competitive event. That people were like, no, it's going to be crazy. And they bought out light hex sealed. Okay.
that's the shit I live for. Okay, is Crow just, like, nuts?
Crow's
I guess
crazy,
it just
yeah.
turns off fusing. Well, so, like, you still have to resolve, right? So, like, you potentially have to, like, send your field. If you use Crow at the right time, right? Like, if you have,
No,
like,
the tiers,
like a
each one has to use itself.
Ah, okay, so it just basically cancels the summon, sure.
But opening Cots means you have the poly and any guy just gets to go. We get to go Kit Kalos, Chainlink 2 Hoff if we want. With the King of the Swamp in the grave, we can go MER plus the Kit Kalos. If we have any other name in hand, we mill 11. Oh my gosh. This deck just does everything.
What's the best Crow target against Blight? I assume it's on Elf?
Whatever Elf is targeting, Ronin Toden. You know, there's some okay
Ronin,
ones.
okay, yeah. And God. Now, if you got yourself a ultimate rare DD Crow many eons ago, you are making bank right now. Okay, we got Millenniumize as well. That's always good. And we have
What do we have
the
there?
Trap card.
Again, so we're going to go Kit Kalos here for the Rhino Heart in that case.
God, feels so bad. Like, something like DD Crow just feels really low impact, you know?
Then 5 again. We haven't hit Myru yet.
Is that a Shadol? Oh my god!
Oh, we did it. The dolls have made it.
That's it.
All right,
That's
this
it.
deck can't be Winda.
Yeah, no.
We draw a card off Beast.
Okay.
We still need a way to fuse, right? Oh, did we hit Solak as well? Jesus. And Rhino Heart? Oh, my lord. Okay, so
Yeah,
Salic
we're
is
just
going
taking
to allow us
everything.
to add Hoff or Myru or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. There's a Dark Ruler in his hand.
Yeah, for sure.
That card seems like really strong right now, like main deck strong.
Dark Ruler? Oh,
Yeah.
no, for sure. Oh, so fun fact. This is one of the weird opens that you get sometimes. We get to Myru for the Winda. But if we want, we don't have to go to Winda and can instead make Bahamut Toad.
Okay. I mean, is there really space for Bahamut Toad in Tier Element?
Yeah, what else are you playing?
Yeah, good point, I guess. I don't know.
We're
Just
just
every
going for
generic
Winda.
fusion in
Fuck
the
it. We'll
game.
go Winda, and then since we have the trap, we're gonna leave the tier element monster on field.
Yeah,
Oh
I think you're
wow,
you're you're just never
wow.
giving up window. Okay,
Hoff here. We can even interrupt
it's
our
a good
opponent.
opening. Yeah, this is the thing with hand traps right now.
He opened Hoff.
I don't know, like Crow I guess seems like good, but I don't know if it's like you need something like really high impact, you know? Like you want something like turn ending. And I think like
Mhm.
Ash, Crow, and even Gamma, they don't usually just end the turn, which is feels bad when you're just going -1 and your opponent just makes their board anyway.
So we
All
can
right.
surmise that there is a Hoff in hand, and there's the poly that we know, of course. The thing with tears, says Paradox, is what? What is the thing with tears? Is
The
that they
thing
have
with
no
tears.
hard negates. Oh,
Winky face. Dun dun dun.
got me. Wait, I forgot. I had ignore chain on. Yeah, of course.
Is that going to be an issue? Did we want to use stamp something in the standby, I guess?
They're trying to bluff evenly matched. I
Ah.
hope they legitimately did have ignore chain on.
Wait, we just went into battle phase and what? There's no way you actually did that. Come on. Why are you
Please.
playing with ignore chain? Like what? Throwing for content? Okay, listen, buddy. Should we personally see to this game 3 being remade if he's telling the truth?
No, absolutely not. Seems like you would
Hey,
pitch the
Vapor.
evenly here for the sided mining if you
Yeah,
actually had it.
that would have been content. Okay, pitching Valor means what? We either drew it for turn, which seems likely, or I mean, what you're not gonna do it against anything else, right? So that's unfortunate.
And Paradox says
Rip.
whatever.
Screenshot
Yeah,
your hand right now, Paradox. I don't believe you.
yeah. Show us in the Discord.
I want to believe that you just clicked no unevenly. Please, I need to know.
It's a 100% that they're just being an epic funny gamer. They have it. It's in hand.
He's not lying? Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh. Oh, you could have done
You
it.
had evenly?
Oh, you could have done it. Oh, he had everything too. Oh no.
Wait, what was
That
his
is the
hand?
that's the biggest L I've ever seen. It's circular ash addition evenly plus Signet mining Valor. Oh man. Actual skill issue.
Great. Good job.
You know, I said all that. That hand actually still doesn't beat Winda.
I was gonna say, right? Like, okay, you evenly for like 5, but
And they
like,
keep Winda and they
can you
win,
beat
right?
Window?
I feel like
Yeah, can.
it still loses.
Can.
Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Joseph Rothschild, aka MBT, and it is time for the final round of the July 2022 Chalislime Monthly with Power of the Elements Legal. I am joined for the last time by my co-commentator, Farfa. Farfa, how are you doing?
I'm so happy to have
That
dodged the
was wrong.
Dynamorphia pill. What can I say? But we're here with exactly what anyone could expect, and that is specifically Tier Element and Splight.
Is not what we will be watching. Instead, we're going to be watching the third place match between Dynamorphia and Mech Knight. I'm just kidding. We're not doing this shit. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Yeah.
This will be good. This will be good. Don't worry, guys.
We're
Uh,
we're, as Farfa explained, going to watch the 2 expected best decks in the upcoming format. Tier Element Fusion summons a million times a turn versus Sprite really reshapes how we conceive of Xyz's summoning. And I guess I'll let them know we're ready to go, and we'll jump into it.
It's really funny how like these archetypes released are literally just like when they sat down to like design them, it was like, how can we further break the most basic mechanics of Yu-Gi-Oh, which is fusion summoning, and I guess if you go far back enough as well, it's Xyz summoning, and it's like, yep, we're just gonna let you overlay using a different summoning mechanic, and we're also gonna let you fuse by recycling your graveyard, which I don't think has been very popular as a way to
Ooh. We were
play.
talking
Okay, we
about this
got
in a
half in
previous
the hand
match,
here
but
in
we
response.
opened the Hoth,
Hit
and what do
window,
we
hit
get?
window. Oh, missed.
Big whiff, big whiff. No big deal.
Dude, like, just imagine, like, playing in a tournament. Oh my god, Talent's main deck!
Imagine playing in a
Ooh!
tournament and getting absolutely dumpstered by this. Take control. Oh,
That is...
wow.
Wait, did we choose Take Control?
We did choose take control. Fun fact about Sprite
Huh.
Elf, that card does not require 2 level 2s. It requires at least 1.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're doing then. Not
God, I
bad.
love triple tack this format. We have seen it all event. There's so many of these silly decks that are just doing stuff in your main phase 1, and you just get to punish them into the sun. The mode that I think is going to be really popular is the confiscation mode. Playing with perfect information is just unbelievable this format when you can really tailor your end boards.
Yeah, I can see why this is much better now. I mean, just
Oh my
having, like,
gosh.
talents to... Oh,
That's really
that's...
good.
No, that is a strong... Crow has been so popular
Crow's
today.
been
We've
everywhere,
seen,
yeah.
like... Yeah, I've seen this card more than Ash today, actually, so...
This is kind of weird. Picking the Swap Frog is good, obviously. It cuts them off of some stuff. But unfortunately, does leave the Ronin in grave. Here it's good enough, even though we could have made a gigantic sprite with the elf. We need another material for it. We get to go elf here, bring back the Ronin Totem in main in response to the King of the Swamp. Maybe that does something? COTS is just such an unbelievable card in tier element. Polymerization is an incredible extender for the deck, and the ability to go into Millenniumize Restrict whenever you mill a card is unmatched. Here's Shaylin.
That's a really good start here. I
Oh,
don't think...
wow, we hit
Oh my
everything.
god, Milling
Wow, we hit
Rhino.
everything. So Myru good, Rhino good. We can just kind of chain block the one we actually want to resolve, which of course is the Myru.
I really hope that, like, random mills isn't, like, so centric to the strategy. I mean, yeah, like, getting lucky is nice, but it would be really frustrating to play this deck and, like, you're completely reliant on Pachinko, and that sounds really frustrating, especially just like I was going to say at the start, imagine being in a situation where you just play your turn and then, like, they just go half mill a Shaddoll. Like,
You do just lose.
that's just going to happen sometimes.
It does just happen. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's random, but like Adamantipator, it's not like really random. You're playing enough tier elements that you're always hitting one. But what is going to feel bad is hitting the King of the Swamps, is hitting the Shadows. It's just going to be rough as hell.
What you're telling me, Shaddoll Beast is basically Quackimeru Guardian.
Epic.
Noted.
We're going to go Meta Noise here because we discarded it.
Droplet.
Forbidden Droplet good, and also does explain the Sprite Elf play. We now have another material to send to the graveyard, but I don't know how good. Not going to decrease the monster's level, which means we can still overlay the Rhino Heart and the Shaylin for a redoer to trigger the Shaylin and go into an MER, or, you know, if we're able to hit a Shadow at some point during this turn, maybe a Winda. We sent 3 there, including a Driver in hand. Boy, do I love Yu-Gi-Oh!
No cards left on the field. This is looking pretty weak. And
It's not great.
assuming that the Splight was going to be
God, we do still have the
doing...
Poly.
Yeah, and the Poly as well.
So the
searching
Poly
King
here
of
is
the...
going to proc the Kit Kalos and the Shaylin here if we elect to send it. Instead, we're going to send, what was that?
It's the
The
Helia,
Hoff in
okay.
hand that we added off the Meta Noise. That's incredible. We get to proc Hoff. We get to keep Dragus Depelia online. We might be OTKing this turn if our mills go well.
This is so crazy. Like, OT... Oh my god. And you get to
We
mill
hit
that
King.
many.
Oh, man. We hit King
Crazy.
and Shaylin, which we haven't activated yet. Our Shaylin is on field. If we play any rank 4, this is literally OTK.
Doesn't this like trigger to like summon the boss monster by
Yeah.
shuffling the field?
So we'll be able to shuffle, yeah, the material necessary for Rhino Heart or Kaleido Heart as well.
God, wow, this is. Oh wow, so you don't even need to use the ones on the field. Okay, great.
No, this one's just Kid Kalos #2. We're just going for lethal.
Yeah, just put up as many bodies as possible on the board, and you're good to go. Crazy that there's just nothing good to hit as far as like effect negation goes. I feel there's just too much like value in the graveyard, and like just like you're in a situation where it's like, okay, you're gonna negate kick Kalos, but it's like, what does that really do? If they find a way to send it to the grave, they're just milling like a ton anyway. So yeah, and
Normal
oh wow, still
off.
had our normal after all that. Yeah,
Unnecessary. Just
GG.
completely unnecessary. We even get an extra summon if we redo her in the battle phase because I don't think we've Shayland yet. Yeah. Let's go to game 2.
Wow.
All right. So for what it's worth, Sprite gets a huge buff when we go to game 2, because it's a 2.
Shut up. Okay. Oh god. All right. Terrible. Anyway, wait. So this is the final, right? This isn't the
This is
third
it.
place match.
This is the final. Yeah.
Oh, are you doing the third place match after?
No, we don't play third place match.
Oh, okay. Right. I missed that. That one right. It went right over my head. Okay. That was like pitiful, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that just looked terrible. Like Blight just looked bad there. So I'm hoping that we can do a little bit more than that, because typically
Well, you'll
should be able
notice
to.
that was like a bottom 10% hand for Splight. They had access to Ronin Totem, which is great. They could make Elf, but they had Driver and Opener, no way to Blue, no way to Starter, no way to Jet, like 0 Splites in rotation. They had to steal an opponent's monster to get the material to even reborn the Ronin Totem again. Like
Yeah.
any amount of monsters will produce a better end board.
I don't know how I feel about something
That
like
was
Talents
wrong.
being good. That card has always been like, it's always been like, I don't know. I don't want to say toxic, but man, it is like when it's good, it's good.
I mean, you don't have to
Um,
talk about how a card that is either Pot of Greed or Confiscation or Change of Heart that doesn't target is maybe a little too pushed. If it is
yeah.
a playable card this upcoming format, I will rage to getting sacked by it.
Because the thing is, I feel like we've been in a format for so long where the main phase is just so powerful that having any sort of like activation requirement is irrelevant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now, um, you don't have to contend with something like Scythe. Like, what are you gonna do with the talents against Scythe? Like draw cards? Like sure,
Right.
like you're still going to die. Whereas now, I mean, there is still a potential for us to see Scythe decks. The format isn't super developed right now, but if, let's say, hypothetically they fall off, we end up in like tier Splight, tier 0 or whatever, then you're going to have like talents just being like incredibly powerful. Either you already have combo and you just like hit a hand trap out of your opponent's hand, removing any last disruption
That
they
was
might have, and then
wrong.
you just play, or you just dig for more cards you need with the draw too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's so good, and like the cards like mind control were banned for less, and that card is like legal but also has other options.
Yeah. I do think that you make a good point just sort of about like Scythe being available. I do think that like what we're seeing here obviously is the matchup that everyone expected, but this doesn't mean the meta's solved day one, obviously. Like we saw a lot of people having success doing stuff that we've been doing in previous formats, like Scythe locking and stuff. And yeah, if those decks become more popular, maybe we don't have to worry about triple tech as much.
Honestly, like as super intelligent as the
Extra
average
normal
MBT viewer is,
Duprog.
I don't think they've solved the format today. But if you
Whoa. You
disagree,
don't think
then
Dinomorphia
technically
is the third best deck? What's wrong with you?
yes. Did we talk about generic power cards? Yeah, so we touched on talents there a little bit.
Oh, I
I
was
don't know.
talking about this earlier on stream. After watching your video talking about Team APS's video, and I just feel like there's like 30 cards like that, like mine, Scythe,
Oh yeah,
Talents,
for sure.
yeah,
Droll, like
Droll, all the lingering
Lancia.
floodgates, of course. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I just feel like if we removed them all, the top decks wouldn't change and the game would be more fun. And it's just frustrating that it won't happen.
Yeah, it's weird because like, what do you do? Do you just start from scratch and just have a ban? Like, you would essentially have to have a ban list that just like it would have to be more than a nuke. It would have to be
Yep.
like 30 plus changes.
Yeah.
Which I can't see that happening.
All right,
Although
this
it
is
would be
pretty
very
sick.
nice.
Ronin Toad and Totally Awesome Elf 4 set. The Ronin Toad on Field Telegraphs. One of those back rows is going to be probably a Forbidden Droplet. But Droplet kind of has weird utility versus this deck because most of their stuff resolves in the graveyard and each fusion is potentially threatening. We're going to go in main phase for the King of the Swamp here, try and grab ourselves a copy of Poly, but just having the Swamp in the graveyard's usually good enough.
That's terrifying. Like, what 4 back row? Like,
What could they possibly be? Are we going to see like a non-fusion area?
I mean, post sighting, you just flip D barrier and
Right.
it's like over for tier, right?
So we go starter, of course. Starter's going to grab blue, or if we want, we can grab one of the negators. That would be fun. Yeah, let's get carrot. Fuck it.
I like this versatility that you could just bring out a monster or spell and tramp negate.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so attractive about a deck like Splite. It's so versatile. Like I think that's why like Rogue is gonna really struggle this format as well.
Yeah, the
Because
top
like as a
decks
Rogue
do
deck,
not have bad matchups. They just don't.
yeah, like as a Rogue deck, you typically might have like some sort of generic kind of like boss monster or some sort of combo. And I don't really see how Splite can not deal with almost any situation. Like there's very few like situations I feel like a Splite hand can't really handle.
Okay, we're going to
Dark
go for the
Ruler,
Dark Ruler
like
here. It's good,
I mean,
obviously.
yeah, it is really powerful, but there's still 3 set cards, right? And if one of them is barrier post sighting, it's like what do you do, you know?
Yeah.
Uh see what he does here. Okay, Field Dark Ruler, not bad. That's
So
what you want to see.
it feels so weird, after a format in which if someone resolves Dark Ruler, you go, "Wow, they won!" To be like Dark Ruler, that's expected and it's okay, but it's not the end of the game for sure. It's just like
Yeah.
that's just Yu-Gi-Oh, baby.
Dude, like the power level of this game is crazy. Like
It's
to resolve
unbelievable.
something like Dark Ruler and still be like, but is it good enough? Like wow, where are we, man? Where are we?
It is very strange, and I do like that you were saying, "Yep, as expected, the droplet." I do like as you were saying in that reaction, you were like, the type of gameplay that people like from like Goat or Edison. It's never coming
Oh,
back, and this is interaction now. Super Poly in response to the droplet. My God, we can send the Rhino Heart, but at resolution will negate whatever the summoned fusion is. So we have to pick really, really carefully here.
2 massive power cards in Dark Ruler Super Poly coming down here.
Okay, so
Okay, we're gonna go
Kit
for Kid Kalos, but
Kalos.
that will be negated, yeah.
That's
But this
good
should trigger the
though.
field spell, right?
Yeah, because if we want, we can use the field spell to like start testing for stuff. Arcade Kalos is easy to get off of the field, and its effect, I think, does it still activate in Graveyard? We do get the Myru here that we sent off the Rhino Heart, and we do have the King of the Swamp, so we can get some funny stuff. And Toad's gonna
It's
fire here
really
as
funny
well.
that we can chat pointing out that like fusing away the toad is what allowed this to happen,
Oh,
which
because
is
it's an
which is
Aqua?
great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely knew what they were doing. They were like, dog, it would be hilarious.
So the field spell doesn't pauper shuffle here? Is it
So
not on your fusion?
we can decide. Tier Element Monster has to be returned from the graveyard or deck to the extra deck. So returning the Myru to perform
Okay, so we have
the
to
summon off her
fuse, right?
effect will trigger it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we want. Here's
And then you
another
just
Kit Kalos! Yeah! Okay, this one does trigger, and we get to chain block it with the field spell. We can eat a back row. This has got to be something crazy in the back row. Like an Infip would be fine. Smashers is okay. Oh, wait, what was that? Oh, okay, sure.
Banishing the Kid Kalos seems really good, right?
Yeah, it's okay, but we get to resolve the effect of the Kit Kalos in order to send a non-used tier element, and we can still extend a little bit farther. At minimum, we get to clear the board here. Oh, we're taking Hoff to
We all
hand. That's crazy.
haven't used our normal summon, so
We just have it, huh? Yeah, Polly
Polly.
the Hoff, you got it. Well, we're making
All right.
Kaleido. Oh my! Oh, we're making Chimera.
What?
Holy shit!
Is that a thing?
I mean, they can technically play it, but I would not have expected it for sure.
This is actually so crazy. It triggers all your dudes.
Yeah, so we
Is there
milled
any
5
names
off
left?
the Kit Kalos. There is the Hoff, which we did not resolve yet. I think we have
Oh
already
my
resolved
god, wow.
Myru. We didn't hit Shaylin, so we're not going to get to perform another fusion summon, but we are going to get to blow up the field, draw 2, and make the Rhino Heart. I mean, that seems pretty goddamn good.
My god, wow. And
It was the other drop. Awesome.
see, I told you guys Despia tier was the best version.
Okay, so, like, this looks really good for sure. No damage. They forgot that they were under it. Oh! And our Splight player says, yeah, there's no coming back from this, and scoops him up. That is going to be a quick 2-0 for your July 2022 Chalislime Monthly Champion, Tier Element. I'm going to be honest, I did not expect that to happen.
I'm honestly shocked. Like, he made it look easy,
Yeah.
which was crazy.
Wow.
Like, I just... Splight just felt like it kind of got bullied there. Like, okay, I mean... Admittedly, we did need some very powerful non-engine, like Dark Ruler Super Poly.
And they
so
weren't
pound for pound, I'm
fantastic
not sure.
opens for Sprite either time, but still, whew.